The 2017 Ferrari F12tdf. Although the majority of Ferraris built over the last 4 decades have featured a mid-engine layout, there was a time when all of Maranello's products were front-engine. Until the mid-1960s, Enzo Ferrari felt that a mid-engine Ferrari would be unsafe in the hands of customers. That changed in 1966, when Enzo, having seen the stir Lamborghini created with the 1966–1974 Lamborghini Miura, approved the V6-powered 1967–1980 Ferrari Dino for production. Although mid-engine supercars became increasingly popular through the 1970s, Ferrari continued to build front-engine cars into the 21st century, with the current lineup including the 2013 Ferrari F12 Berlinetta, 2012 Ferrari FF, and 2015 Ferrari California T. The F12 Berlinetta, a full-fledged Grand Tourer, harkens back to the 1968–1973 Ferrari 365 GTB4 Daytona of the late 1960s, and in many ways to the iconic 1964–1966 Ferrari 275 GTB and 1962–1964 Ferrari 250 GTO. Much like its predecessors, it spawned various one-off and special edition models, including the 2014 Ferrari F12 TRS, 2015 Ferrari SP America, 2015 Ferrari F60 America, and the 2015 Carrozzeria Touring Berlinetta Lusso. Now, Ferrari injected more power into the F12 Berlinetta to create the F12tdf, a tribute to the legendary Tour de France automobile race, an event Maranello dominated from 1956 through 1964. Originally rumored to wear a «Special» badge, the F12tdf is more than just a tribute car with added grunt. The F12 Berlinetta shell has been redesigned for improved downforce and weight has been reduced by means of extensive carbon fiber and aluminum use. Additionally, the Italians used new state-of-the-art tech to make the F12tdf one of the quickest Ferraris out there. Find out more below. Updated August 17, 2017, we added a series on new images and a video taken during the 2017 Monterey Car Week. Continue reading to learn more about the Ferrari F12tdf. 2017 Monterey Car Week. Exterior. The F12tdf is a more aggressive version of the F12 Berlinetta. Unlike the F12 Berlinetta Tour de France edition, which was a standard F12 with a special livery, the F12tdf is a more aggressive version of the F12 Berlinetta. Though the overall shape and size are identical, the F12tdf features redesigned front and rear fascia, and a revised profile. Up front, the bumper has been resculpted and now consists of a T-shaped intake with big ducts at each extremity, a carbon fiber splitter, and new vents and racing canards toward the sides. The new bumper changes the F12's appearance quite dramatically, as the nose is slightly longer and has race car written all over it. The engine hood is also new, sporting a revised V-shaped power bulge and new vents for improved cooling. Around back, the unique T-shaped fascia that starts at the center of the lower apron and wraps around the circular LED taillights on the standard car is gone here, as most of the rear bumper is now a massive trapezoidal indentation that extends into a wide diffuser. And while the exhaust pipes seem to be in the exact same position, they now feature big black surrounds made from carbon fiber. The rear spoiler is now 60 mm (2.3 inches) longer and 30 mm higher, 1.2 inch, while the rake of the tailgate has been made more vertical to generate more downforce. The windscreen has also been remodeled into a thinner, T-shaped piece. Finally, there's black stripe running from one taillight into the other and a significantly smaller prancing horse emblem. The rear arches received a trio of gills that pay tribute to the iconic Ferrari 250 GTO. Onto the sides, the F12 Special showcases many new features as well. The front fenders sport a new vent and a black stripe that extends toward the engine hood, while the rear arches received a trio of gills that pay tribute to the iconic Ferrari 250 GTO. The quarter windows are smaller, while the side skirts are wider than usual, another feature that contributes to the F12tdf's improved aerodynamics. The F12tdf also appears to ride a bit lower than the standard model. Rounding off this radical front-engine supercar is a set of lightweight alloy wheels in a 5 twin-spoke design. Ferrari says the rollers were designed to have the narrowest section possible to reduce weight. The wheels come wrapped in wider tires compared to the F12 Berlinetta. Naturally, the redesigned body isn't just about a more aggressive stance. All these changes improve the F12's aerodynamic performance dramatically. The F12tdf's aerodynamic efficiency now sits at 1.6, which is almost double than that of the standard model. Moreover, downforce is 230 kg 507 pounds at 124 miles per hour, a 107 kg 236 pound improvement over the F12 Berlinetta. As far as weight-saving measures go, Ferrari managed to slash 110 kg 242.5 pounds off the car's overall weight, taking the curb weight down to an impressive 1,415 kg 3,119 pounds. Exterior dimensions. Interior. Arguably the biggest difference compared to the F12 Berlinetta is the Alcantara upholstery. At first glance, the F12tdf's interior isn't very different than the standard supercar, but new elements can be spotted upon closer inspection. Arguably the biggest difference compared to the F12 Berlinetta is the Alcantara upholstery. Yup, even though this is a Ferrari, there's not an inch of leather inside the cabin except for the steering wheel. All surfaces are either carbon fiber, aluminum, high-quality plastic or Alcantara. The lack of leather isn't a bad thing though, as it enhances the F12tdf's aggressive and track-oriented nature. It's not the Spartan interior Ferrari claims it to be, but it's certainly a bit closer to no-nonsense cockpits of the original Tour de France winning race cars. The standard door panels have been stripped off and replaced by single, carbon fiber shell. Speaking of carbon fiber, the lightweight material is present on everything from the door panels to the dashboard. The standard door panels have been stripped off and replaced by single, carbon fiber shell for weight-saving purposes. However, the Alcantara used on the upper half, as well as the centerpiece that mimics the standard unit, give the F12tdf's door panels a closer resemblance to the F12 Berlinetta. More carbon can be seen on the dashboard, especially on the driver's side and the center stack. Both the instrument panel housing and the satellite pods are crafted from carbon fiber, as is the central and lower section of the steering wheel. Ferrari also removed the glove compartment, turning it into a race-spec knee pad. Though identical to the F12 Berlinetta's as far as shape goes, the seats feature yellow stripes and white contrast stitching that add a bit of color to the otherwise black cockpit. I think Ferrari should have considered a pair of race-spec bucket seats for the F12tdf, at least as an option, for drivers looking to take their beefed-up supercar to the track. Finally, Ferrari replaced the car's standard floor mats with patterned aluminum sheets, which not only lowers the curb weight, but also gives the F12tdf's cockpit a racier appearance. Drivetrain. Motivation comes from the same 6.3-liter V12 powerplant found in the F12 Berlinetta. Not surprisingly, Motivation comes from the same 6.3-liter V12 powerplant found in the F12 Berlinetta, but Ferrari massaged the naturally aspirated unit to deliver 769 horsepower and 519 pound-feet of torque. That's 39 extra horses and 9 extra pound-feet over the standard model, but the F12tdf's V12 is more than just updated numbers. The mill now uses race-inspired mechanical tappets and variable geometry intake trumpets borrowed from the brand's Formula One cars. The new internals help boost volumetric efficiency at high revs. Additionally, Ferrari fitted the F12tdf with a bespoke version of its dual-clutch transmission. The revised unit has 6% shorter gear ratios and delivers 30% faster upshifts and 40% quicker downshifts. The F12tdf also received a new virtual short wheelbase system, which is Maranello talk for four-wheel steering. The F12tdf also received a new virtual short wheelbase system, which is Maranello talk for four-wheel steering. The technology sharpens turn-in, increases stability together with the wider track, and keeps the tail on its best behavior at the track. These improvements make the F12tdf significantly quicker than the F12 Berlinetta, as the 0 to 62 mph sprints dropped from 3.1 to 2.9 seconds, while hitting 124 miles per hour from a standing start takes only 7.9 ticks instead of 8.5. What's more, Ferrari claims the F12tdf lapped the Fiorano test track in 1 minute and 21 seconds, making it 2 seconds faster than the F12 Berlinetta and 488 GTB and just a second slower than the mighty LaFerrari. That's pretty impressive for a front-engine car. No word on top speed, but the F12tdf should be able to top 200 miles per hour. The F12 Berlinetta can hit 211 miles per hour. Stopping power comes from the same one-piece brake calipers used in the LaFerrari. The new system enables the F12tdf to brake from 62 to 0 miles per hour in just 30.5 meters (100 feet) and from 124 to 0 miles per hour in 121 meters (397 feet). Drivetrain specifications. Prices. With the F12 Berlinetta priced from around $325,000 in the US, the F12tdf should fetch around $500,000 before options. Production will be limited to only 699 examples, meaning the F12tdf will most likely sell out in a matter of weeks. Expect deliveries to commence in the second quarter of 2016. Competition. 2015 Lamborghini Aventador Sv. Yeah, I know the Aventador Sv is a mid-engine supercar, but a Ferrari's comparison section cannot miss a Lambo, no matter the configuration. Much like the F12tdf, the Superveloce is an Aventador with a more aggressive and aerodynamic body kit, as well as a beefed-up powerplant. But unlike the Ferrari, the Lambo comes with a large rear wing, which entitles it to bonus point in the styling department. Motivation comes from the brand's tried-and-true 6.5-liter V12 engine, which for the SV has been massaged to produce 740 horsepower and 509 pound-feet of torque. That may be a bit less than what the F12tdf has at its disposal, but just enough to enable the Aventador Sv to hit 62 miles per hour in 2.8 seconds on its way to a top speed of 217 miles per hour. Pricing for the SV is set at $400,995 in the US. Find out more about the Lamborghini Aventador Sv. 2014-2015 Aston Martin Vanquish. As far as Grand Tourers go, the Aston Martin Vanquish is one of the very few nameplates that can give the F12 Berlinetta a run for its money. But unfortunately for Aston Martin, the F12tdf is more than what the Vanquish can chew performance-wise, as the 6.0-liter V12 churns only 565 horsepower and 465 pound-feet of twist. These numbers are good enough to get the Vanquish from 0 to 60 in 3.6 seconds and up to a top speed of 201 miles per hour, but simply not enough to keep up with the Ferrari. The good news is the Vanquish gets its fair share of fancy options and packages. If you want to stand out, there's the Vanquish Carbon Edition with blacked-out window trim and wheels and carbon fiber inserts on the inside. Making things better if you're willing to get past the fact that the Vanquish is far from being a track-prepped machine is the $282,820 sticker. Read our full review on the Aston Martin Vanquish. Conclusion. Launched in 2012, the F12 Berlinetta has soldiered on unchanged until 2015. Simply put, Ferrari neglected its front-engine supercar for nearly 3 years. That wouldn't be an issue normally, simply because it's a Ferrari and that Maranello takes more years to update its vehicles, but the F12 Berlinetta is part of a lineage that carries strong motorsport credentials. The 2006 Ferrari 599 GTB before it received track-only 2009 Ferrari 599XX and 2012 Ferrari 599XX Evo versions, while the 2002–2006 Ferrari 575M that came before that was made available in FIA GT racing specifications. Sure, it wasn't very successful, but the point is Ferrari is finally doing something about the F12 Berlinetta. Arguably the most potent Grand Tourer to date, the F12tdf has everything it needs to become yet another successful product. Built on the same recipe as past Ferrari XX projects, the F12tdf is not only menacing to look at, but it's also nearly as quick as a mid-engined Aventador. All these feats put the F12tdf in a league of its own, which makes it that much more desirable among Ferrari enthusiasts and supercar collectors. Performance aside, what I appreciate most about the F12tdf is that Ferrari opted to associate the car with its past Tour de France success and name it accordingly, instead of going with a more familiar Speciale or XX badge. Ferrari has a plenty of heritage to brag about, and the F12tdf is the perfect vehicle for a Tour de France tribute. Love it menacing appearance, significantly more powerful engine, nearly as quick as an Aventador Sv, lightweight construction. Leave it likely to sell out quickly, likely very expensive. Updated history. Updated November 25, 2015, a new report indicates that Ferrari's latest F12tdf is already sold out. This means that despite the car's €310,184, about $330,000 starting price, all 799 units have been spoken for. Updated November 23, 2015, Ferrari dropped a first promo video for its latest F12tdg. For the first time you will get the chance to see the car in action on the racetrack and hear the amazing sound delivered by the V12 engine. Hit play to watch it. Updated the 9th of November 2015, Ferrari brought a F12tdf this past weekend at the Finale Mondiali World Finals that took place at the Mugello circuit. Click play to watch the F12tdf opening the exhibition hour and enjoying the amazing sound delivered by its engine. Updated October 15, 2015, Ferrari continues to highlight its new F12tdf in a new video that focuses on the supercar's dynamics. Check it out to see what changes you will find in the F12tdf. Updated October 14, 2015, only one day after its official debut, Ferrari dropped a first official video for the F12tdf. The video talks about the amazing V12 engine found under the hood and highlights all the modifications made, starting with the use of race-inspired mechanical tappets and variable geometry intake trumpets used on Formula One cars. Updated October 13, 2015, Ferrari dropped the official details on its new F12tdf, a model that pays tribute to the Tour de France endurance road race that Ferrari dominated in the 1950s and 1960s. Updated the 2nd of October 2015, the guys over the Supercar Kids report that the long-awaited F12 Speciale will be officially unveiled next week. It will most likely be called F12 version Speciale, and will be built in limited edition, with all the units having been sold already. Updated September 23, 2015, the upcoming F12 Speciale was caught testing in Maranello. We know you all were waiting to see this hardcover version of the F12 at the 2015 Frankfurt Motor Show, but apparently you'll have to wait until 2016 Geneva Motor Show to get a first glimpse. Updated August 14, 2015, the guys over World Supercars caught the upcoming F12 Speciale testing on the road, and for the first time you get the chance to hear the amazing sound of the car's V12 engine.
If you liked this video, please share your thoughts in the comments below and don't forget to hit the subscribe button.